All right, welcome back. And Breakfast Daily is very interactive. We want to hear from you. Social media is using the hashtag Breakfast Daily. The WhatsApp line is 0550-585-832. Now it's in time for us to have a very important conversation. The Easter Orphan Project. Every Easter, on Easter Monday, we go out to various orphanages around the country, and we do our best to give back and put a smile on an orphan's face. Now, I've been joined in the studio by Richard Kofi, who is actually a past student, and he's also now the administrator for BASCO. You've been hearing about BASCO for the last few weeks. We've been talking about the Baptist School complex, the orphanage in Troto. And he's an administrator there. And also we have Apioko, who is here as the head of programs production as well. All right, so welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Good
yes,
morning.
yes.
Good
Now, let's jump into this conversation right away.
Yes.
How old were you when you went to BASCO first?
I was 7 years old when I went to BASCO.
So why did you end up in BASCO?
I ended up in BASCO because I lost my parents, and as a result, the extended family were not able to help. And so through one man, we met Reverend, who is the director of the place, and then he decided to allow me to join the orphanage. And that is how it all began.
Wow.
And I've always said that a lot of us wouldn't have known where we would have been by now, if not because Reverend decided to pick up this call. I've always said that it's one thing to have a call, and it's another thing to be obedient to the call. And that is what Reverend stood for. Gave out everything he had just to make sure that an orphan child have a good future.
Yeah.
You know, you just mentioned that you wouldn't know where you would be.
Exactly.
But at least you found your way to BASCO. How has BASCO changed your life?
I mean, BASCO has really changed my life in the sense that growing up, we have gone through a lot of experiences. And I remember the first day I got to that place, and that is what Reverend does to every child that comes there. There was a scripture in Isaiah that says that, remember not the former things, neither consider the things of old.
Yes.
For behold, I am doing a new thing.
Yeah.
Can't you see? He said, I will make rivers to flow on the desert and highways in the wilderness. So nobody can ever think that water can come out of a desert.
Yeah.
But that is one of the messages he gave us whilst we were growing up, just to psych our minds that it doesn't matter what you have gone through.
Yeah.
The Lord can open a new page for you. And with consistency, determination, and seriousness, you can become anything at all you want to become.
Wow.
And
So
that is one thing that has kept us going.
So you got your education, everything to where you
from
are. So
BASCO.
just quickly run us through,
Yes, so
I mean, from primary to
yes,
wherever you are.
I started class 2 from BASCO
Okay.
and completed the JHS and went to Benkum Senior High.
Okay.
And then I continued to the University of Ghana.
Wow.
Yes, where I read
All
agriculture,
with the
all from the
support.
orphanage, support from the orphanage.
Wow.
So if I said Reverend, I mean, didn't only accept the call, but he was obedient to the call. That is what I can say, because he has given everything. If we are talking about one selfless man on the surface of this, as far as I'm concerned, then it is that man.
Wow.
God
So
bless him.
so is every student given the support post BASCO? If, let's say, for example, you choose that you want to go all the way to the university, it doesn't matter how many students.
Oh, yes.
They will be supported.
Exactly.
By BASCO.
I'm not the only one. Our first girl who entered University of Ghana just finished her master's a year ago.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We've had so many people going.
Right, so let me ask you, I know that Reverend has that calling. He responded to it.
Exactly.
But I don't think that Reverend has what it takes, you know, financially, to make sure that everything that he would want to even do for the inmates, he can do it.
Yes.
What does the Easter Orphan Project mean to you?
It means so much to me in the sense that the first day we saw Citi FM coming.
Do you remember the year? Or how long ago?
Yeah, I think it was over a decade now.
Okay.
And that first day, it was as if this is our first time seeing
Christmas.
such a huge number of people.
Yeah.
You know, we
Coming to visit.
Coming to visit. And since that day, one of the things that Reverend has always told us, after Citi FM came, is to tell us that, listen, all these people you see in good cars, I mean, who have made it in life, this is the future I want to give you.
Wow.
And so Citi FM coming on that day has really changed and blessed our life. I remember the first session we had with Citi, some of your members who came with, was a mentorship session. I remember Mr. Bernard was part of it. And they taught us so many things, how we can be able to stay in we call it the miracle in the midst of the forest. Because people travel from Accra and come to Basco and they are surprised what they are seeing. And so we call it the miracle in the midst of the forest.
Of course, it is a miracle, you know, but Appy, of all the things that we can do, what is our business with, you know, going to support some orphans somewhere?
Well, you know, that's what Citi does. We do things that nobody understands. And let's not forget that even Citi, and our relationship with Basco, I must say, started in 2005. So Citi FM was born in November 2004. And by Easter 2005, we had a relationship with Basco.
Wow.
Now, why would we do such a thing? Because Citi has also given home to people who never thought they could live their dreams. This is a country where if you want to do anything talent related, you just may not get the opportunity to. And Citi has given home to such people. So you think of it on a bigger scale, that there are young people, children, who have dreams, aspirations, but if not for the benevolence of us and our listeners and our viewers, now we have TV, these young people may not get where they are supposed to be. They may not realize their destiny. And that's really what the whole thing was about. And it started out as, okay, let's go there, let's do some cash donations, let's take food, let's take exercise books, stationery, because you heard him, it's a school. So they need these things, and those things are expensive. Running a school is expensive. You know, this is room and board we are talking about, right? But then after a while, I realized that, no, look, there's more to it than that. So in 2015, they actually put up a structure, you know, to equip them with TVET skills, vocational skills. So sewing, carpentry, all those things you can think about. So that those who don't even want to go to the university can still use their skills and learn a trade. Then post that, last year we built a girls' dormitory, 30 bed. And he will tell you the state of the dormitory before we stepped in. Dilapidated. And of course, if all this money is going into things like an education, even putting young people through university, how much money really do you have to maintain structures as big as dormitories? So we went in there and did that. And look, it's been such a fulfilling experience throughout the years. I mean, I have been doing this is my 9th year. And he mentioned the mentorship session. Sometimes you go there, not necessarily speaking to a whole group, but one young girl will walk up to you and say, oh, I like you so much. Can you advise me on this? Oh, I hear you this. Can you do this? And then later on, they contact you. Remember, I met you at Basco some years ago. Can I come and see you? So those relationships have even created branches where people are being impacted along the way. And this is something that as individuals, as Ghanaians, we should be aiming to. The government cannot do everything. This is the vision of one man. One man who, like he rightly said, had a calling and he did it. And now here we are. We have somebody who has studied agric science sitting here. And the way he speaks, the way he looks, you won't know his story unless he tells you. And that's what we see as Citi when we do this Easter project.
I know that Basco is like the one that we always mention and champion, but there are others.
There are others.
As well.
There's the Mama Ladi orphanage. We've got the Hand Evangelism. And these are all over the country, not just in Accra. So Basco is the biggest of all the orphanages we support, so that we like to call it a partnership, right? Because it is. But there are others that on the same day we go to Basco, Easter Monday, you have an OJ or somebody who has flown to Tamale to go and be with orphans there and present again donations, take note of the things that they need, and subsequently the Citi FM Foundation will take these projects up and run with them. So throughout the year, we hear about it during Easter because that's usually when we're doing the drive and letting people know how far we've come with the projects that we've told our listeners and our viewers to contribute towards. But throughout the year, things are happening in these orphanages, and every year, some responsible citizen comes out of this place and takes his or her place in society because of the benevolence that we've given.
Speaking of
to
responsible citizens, tell us, why did you choose to go back after school?
Yeah, one thing I've always believed in is to give back to the very place that has helped you. And so, whilst I was even at the university, I mean, Basco has been like our home. So on vacations, I understand how the place runs. And so when you are dealing with the children at the very place you are coming from, you are helping the same children, you understand the passion you have to, I mean, bring up or bring in to help this kid. So, I mean, going back to Basco is one of my greatest dreams. To give back to society, the very place that has really helped me to become what I am today.
You know, so talking about going back to Basco, you know, so we keep going back to Basco, and this year we are going back. You know, let me just say that when God says that he loves a cheerful giver, he was not talking about rags. No. He was not talking about things that you don't want. He was talking about your leftovers, you know. So it's something to give that you really will feel it, and that is where the blessing will come from. Exactly. I know that this year we have some projects that we want to do at Basco. Tell us a bit about it and how to raise money to do these projects.
Okay. So the very first thing I'll speak about is security. We are talking about young, I mean, he mentioned that he got there when he was 7 years old, and there are children there today who are even younger than that. Okay, so security is an important thing. The place needs to be walled, or at least have some kind of security fence. The world has become more of a dangerous place. Okay, so we need to put up that structure, be it a wall or a security fence, whatever our architects and contractors will advise, and that costs money. The second thing is boreholes. And mind you, I didn't say a borehole, I said boreholes. Water is life. But it is a challenge, not just, I mean, even as in our houses, we are buying water. Now, all the things Basco has to do, you think that's now they are thinking about drilling a borehole? No. And apart from the fact that those who live in the orphanages need the water, the community, the surrounding community in Chotosu have also started coming there. Yes, to come and fetch water. That's what is happening. So not only do we want to drill boreholes, 2 of them for Basco, we want to drill one for the community too. Yes, because I mean,
so that you don't have
you understand.
Yes,
very important. And then they have some farmland at Basco. Now, previously, the students were, you know, going there, tilling the land. But you also don't want to create the impression that you are doing child labor in a place. And you know the negative connotations that people have about orphanages. So it means they need to employ people. Yes. In fact, there was a time when the farmlands could even feed the students. But with COVID and all that, so many things have happened and they are not tilling the land. So we want to support that cause and possibly get people who can be stationed there to be farming yam, peppers, the little crops that I mean, instead of spending 300 cedis at the market, you can pick it from your garden, and then the 300 cedis can go into something else. So these are some of the main things. And then beyond the farmlands, we're also asking people to bring food, bags of rice. Look, that's a sack of 25 kilos, so 5 kilo bags of rice. They can finish it in a day.
Very
they can finish it in a day. So we can't ask for enough food. Gari, as for gari, can go a long way. We did Heritage Month, so that you can do gari porridge, gari soakings, you can do so many things with gari. It's a super food. And then any other thing, that the canned foods that have longer shelf life, so that between the donations and between when money is flowing in, they still have some stock.
You know, I think that there are people who can come to Citi, you know, premises to give whatever they want to support it. But there are also others who are watching us right now who are so far away from Adabraka. If people want to give beyond material stuff, they want to give money, how do they do so?
Right, so we have a mobile money number, okay? It's an MTN number, but of course now there's mobile money operability, so you can send from any network. It's not an excuse, okay? And the number is, so let me just pull it up. It's even on the screen.
0550 900 006.
Exactly.
Yes.
0550 900 006. And people should send their widow's mite. Widow's mite. We're also encouraging corporate Ghana to come through with cash donations. Those who have products that they produce, also bring them if you feel they will support. In fact, if you drill boreholes, come and do it for us.
Exactly.
Yes, but like we've said today, it's not just about Easter Monday, but throughout the year and beyond, we need support for these orphanages. And then again, let me just quickly say, we'll be throwing a party for the kids on Easter Monday, and we'll also be going to other orphanages, some of the ones that we mentioned around the country. So when you're giving, don't just think about Basco and these projects, but the other orphanages as well.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to you, Apioko. Thank you to Richard Kofi.
Yes.
Administrator.
We'll see you on the 18th.
I just want to take this humble opportunity to thank the management of Citi FM and Citi TV and all the cherished listeners and viewers who have over the years supported us. I mean, I want to say that everything they have given over the years has gone into blessing a life of an orphan, of which myself I'm a beneficiary. And so I want to say that we appreciate everything you are doing, and we just ask for the Lord's blessings.
Amen.
For all of you.
Amen. Yeah, on behalf of all our listeners and viewers, we receive the blessing.
Of course.
All right, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.